What's up, traders? This is Marco. We have Friday the 7th of July. I'm back after my holiday and I have another bar by bar for you today. You can see in front of you the 2000 tick ES chart. This is the ES future. I'm trading with the platform Ninjatrader, and this is the only indicator that I'm using, represented by this pink line. It's the 21 EMA. And I'm using pure price action to find setups on the chart. And yeah, I'm coming to the BC always around 7. You can see on the top left corner there are 3 important news events, so we are staying out of trades around this time. But what I see is that prices are moving between these lows and highs here during the overnight, and also prices formed this channel here working higher already with a break and retest of the highs here. So this uptrend channel could be played out by now, and we see where we go from there. Prices made a new high here, and we made like some 2 legs to a new high. So if you are aggressive, you can consider this short here, but only because that prices played out this uptrend here, and the context right now is a range. Most breakouts out of range fail. So with this lower high here, that far away of the EMA, you can risk a scalp back to the EMA. There's enough space here. But consider, like, sometimes you will see prices will form further congestion here and go even higher. So notice if you take this, it's a very aggressive setup here. But the context is right and it could work. And you can see you would be into the trade and it's coming close to our potential stop loss, which is 1 tick above the signal bar here. And prices go back to the EMA, so you would be out of this trade with a scalp and go lower from here. We are extending the range to this level because you can see there is clearly some resistance here, and also of course drawing this shorter term channel now because there is a very strong drop here lower. Prices are slicing through the EMA and going lower here, testing the range support, which was created pretty much here during the overnight. It was confirmed here and now testing the support here. But notice the shorter term downtrend is now broken for the first time, and there is a retest of the lows, but prices making not a new low here. So with very aggressive traders, you can consider taking a long here. But really, I would like to see further confirmation and a clearly new low in place before taking a long. So we're skipping this here now, and prices go higher again. Back inside the range, and we're again slicing through the EMA. So right now, this is what we want to see in a healthy range. We want to see prices go back and forth between range high and range low. Exactly what a healthy range should look like, and prices cannot reach the range top here, stopping and going lower from here. So we have to see what's the plan here. Prices are forming now a new low for this shorter term channel here. We had the break, not a new low here, but prices making a new low with this drop lower here. But also notice there's a new channel in play now, so we would like to see a break new low until we can consider a setup, and we are getting this now. There's a break and retest of the low and a very strong bullish bar. It's similar to what we had before here. There's a lot of space back to the EMA, and with this strong bullish bar, it's worth to take, but please, this is a risky setup. Prices can go lower, pull back and make a second leg lower, because these drops lower here you can see are very strong. And also notice there is a potential measured move. This is the first leg. Prices pull back. We're taking this high here. So there is some room for to finish the second measured move lower here. So really prices could go here and reach the second measured move. So if you take such setups, they're very aggressive, but I can understand if you see this and if you tell me that you like this, because the context is a range. Most breakouts out of ranges fail. We're breaking out of this range here for the first time to the low side, and this structure here played out. So taking this, I think, is okay. Now going higher here, pushing above the EMA, pulling back, and we're finding some support at the range support here. This is interesting, but it's also only a first entry long, and this shorter term channel here is still in play. It was not broken and extremes are not retested, so we're waiting here, pushing higher, making this new high here, or at least test the extremes of this push higher here. Nothing to consider. Now markets are opening, prices turn lower again. So really prices are testing the support of this range in this area here, but right now I cannot see any good setups. So prices are bouncing off the lows here again and going higher, finding some rejection around the EMA and forming a higher low. I must tell you, I really like this setup because prices find support here in this area, and also there are a lot of shorts going into a trade on this bar here, thinking that we're going lower, but they ignore the fact that we are trading a range and we are trading not breakouts, we are fading breakouts. So whenever prices are dropping or breaking a range, we expect prices to come back inside the range and test the other side. I know that we broke here for the first time, came back inside, but this is the overall context, and you can see like two pushes lower represented by this drop here, and this drop here failed both time because we didn't go lower, and this higher low here, when prices are topping or going higher than the last high of this bar, then all the shorts have to cover their positions because they did not expect this. And also if prices go higher than this level here, then you can expect some explosive move, because many long-term traders keeping their stop losses right above this level that are expecting prices going lower here. So when prices reach this level, then they have to cover. I really like to take this higher low here, right of the range support, and yeah, it would have worked. And now we have to see what will happen around this level here, where all the shorts that entered before have their stop losses. You can see prices are slicing through, and you can see from the size of this very strong bullish bar that all the shorts had to cover, and this is causing some explosive move. So prices go much higher here, and finding some resistance around the midline of this range. I think it's worth to draw a channel here, something like this. We can play for now. We're breaking this channel here, getting a first entry pullback, potential second entry long here, but I really don't like the fact that we have this tiny little wick here on top below the EMA. If this bar here finished clearly above the EMA by 1 or 2 ticks, then I would say, okay, maybe we consider a second entry long here, because this channel here broke for the first time and prices should retest the highs. But with this strong bearish bar here slicing through the EMA, and then this tiny little wick here showing there is some resistance, I'm not feeling comfortable in taking a long here. So we have to wait and sit it out, and I think it was the right decision. because prices go lower here, drawing this shorter term channel and also extending the range a bit so you can see where we are moving. Prices now are not reaching the range support here. We are stopping before, and if you see prices made a new low here, higher low here, higher low here, so I'm checking the possibility of a potential uptrend working higher here, because you can see prices are going higher here and there is some hidden support. Whenever prices are touching this level here of this uptrend, prices turn, and you can see from the turn this is a rejection. So prices are taking off here and going the other way, and this of course makes me aware that there is some potential channel working higher, and we have to wait for prices to come back to this level and see a potential setup of this key entry point here. So prices go higher, we're breaking the shorter term channel for the first time, making new highs, and we're coming back to this level here. Nothing to consider here because it's way too far away of the key entry point. So we're getting a first entry and a second entry long right of the key entry point. I must tell, this is an interesting setup here for sure. Also, there is some support coming up from the previous bars, but also there is some congestion here. You can see like 4 bars are stacked up, and these bars here look perfect. Like for the bears, this bar looks perfect to go short, but we are not going short into this support. And for the bulls, it looks perfect because this bar is clearly bouncing off this key entry point, closing above the EMA. So when prices go higher than this bar here, then maybe we see a reaction what we had previous, like at this level here where the shorts had their stop losses. But really, this is congested. So I'm fighting with myself if I should mark this setup or not. It's a second entry long of the key entry point, but the overall context is still the range. So we have the uptrend here playing against the range. So we have two different structures. I'm really not sure about what to think because we have this shorter term channel working lower with the first break. So we would like to see ideally a retest of the lows, which can happen here around the range support. But I also see that this uptrend here is working higher and prices are respecting the support of this channel. So really, I teach always whenever we are not sure, we are skipping. So we will do the same here. I wonder if you like this setup or not, because I think it would have worked here for at least 4 ticks. But yeah, you can see prices are coming back. And also we are breaking this channel now here for the first time. So yeah, it's interesting. Maybe this channel looks more like this. That could be also a potential, but we are not sure about this. So we are playing with both versions right now. I take like this version and see what's going on. Prices find some support around this level. Cannot take this because it's congestion and it's right into the EMA here. So really I have to wait. Also, if I move the support line a bit lower, prices go higher, pushing above the EMA. And maybe there is some channel working higher. Let me draw this here. Also this uptrend here. Maybe we extend this uptrend and make it like this, because I think this looks pretty good. Also checking the midline of this channel, extending the range a bit. Prices broke potentially this uptrend here for the first time, finding support at the midline of the range, making new highs, nothing to consider. and we are bouncing off the resistance here of this channel. So maybe really this channel here is valid. We have to wait and see what's happening next. Prices going sideways now. Really, I want to see prices coming back to the key entry point, which is the channel support here or the EMA. So really nothing to consider. This here now, maybe you will like, because we have some reaction around the key entry point and we have some reaction around the EMA. But the thing with this one, we are flying in the middle of this like potential uptrend channel here. And also I would like to see this bar finishing closer to the potential range support here. So not that high here at the middle of this mini range, but more like around this level, because there is not enough room potentially to take a scalp back to the highs here. So if this bar is finishing here, maybe we consider, because it's testing here for the third time and we have some EMA support. But yeah, finishing that far in the middle of this mini range, I think we have to skip this, making higher low also in the middle of the range. And you can see there is barely any space to scalp out here. So yeah, as I said, we want to see setups close to the range resistance and range support. Prices going sideways here, nothing really to consider. This bar is too bearish, also nothing to consider. Now we're getting some reaction here, staying within this mini range and extending our channel here. Now I'm interested in seeing what prices are doing around the key entry point of this support channel here. Also extending this. And I can see prices going through this level and going strongly through this level here. That could be the first break of this uptrend. So we have to see, or we have to look for potential long trades here, but nothing so far. This is stacked up now. Can draw this range here, so it's clear. Also not this one. This is an inside bar of this, and we're finishing below the EMA. Also notice this range. We are not going long into this resistance here. And prices are making a second move down. This is the first leg here, pulling back, second leg down, and we are not reaching the range support. So right now, no clear direction. We have to wait. Prices go higher, forming a short-term uptrend right now. Breaking here for the first time, but this is only a first entry long. So price is making a new high, not coming back so much. So really there's no second entry here. We're breaking this uptrend here, the shorter term uptrend, for the first time and making a new high. So this shorter term channel played out right now. Getting an inside bar here, it's very sideways. Finding some support around the EMA, so maybe there is some spike and channel structure. Let me see if this works here. Drawing this, I have to extend this, and prices breaking this potential spike and channel. It's all very tight here. There's no real setup. We have to wait. Making new high. So this channel here could be played out. Going sideways now. Going lower here. There's no clearly second entry long. So maybe more like a hidden second entry. But yeah, see, there is some shorter term channel working lower here. We would like to see breaking this first and making a new low before considering taking a long here. And we're breaking this now, And this is now a second entry long. You can see prices made a new high here. First break, so first entry pull back, and we're finishing above the EMA. Again, we have this tiny wick here. So maybe this, after all, the spike in channel can be extended a bit, like this, for example. Because if you play it like this, let me draw this a bit more accurate. If you play it like this, then that would be the first break of this spike in channel. But really, the question is, how do you play the spike in channel? Do you play it like this with a break new high in play? Or you see that prices are going higher here, pushing higher and higher. You extend it, for example, to this level here. And you see prices are breaking now the spike in channel for the first time, forming the second entry long here right off the key entry point above the EMA. So yeah, it's a question like how you rate this channel. I will mark this trade because it's a second entry long of the key entry point. We have the potential first break of this corrected spike in channel, so we still have a retest of the highs. But if you played it like this with a break and you high in play, then of course this maybe would be too aggressive because the new high is in play. It's really up to you what you think and how you rate this. We are playing this now with this updated channel here. So taking a long here would have worked. We have the first break, retest of the highs, and really prices are going to the range top here again. So we are zooming out here a bit and seeing the overall context, because we had this uptrend working higher, then we had two legs here breaking this channel, and now we are retesting the highs. So this uptrend, if you say that this uptrend was valid, played out by now. And this spike and channel here, yeah, it's like it's not fitting too well. I wish it would be clearer in how it fits, then it would be more obvious. Let's consider this version right now here as valid with the first break, retest of the highs, and we take it from there. Prices are not reaching the range top here, so we have to wait and see what prices are doing. Pulling back to the EMA, breaking here again. So that makes me a bit like careful in checking how this setup really should look with the channel, because if I take it from here, we have two breaks of this spike and channel, and that's like not very common. So maybe there's even a bigger structure in play, something like this. So you can see there are like many options right now. I'm playing a lot with these channels. So maybe it's like this. Whenever we are not sure, we are waiting until there is some clear context. So right now I'm not interested in taking any trades because really I want to see what's going on. And prices are approaching the range top here. You can see this is the last high that were made this morning, and we are approaching this level now. And prices breaking through it. And you can see from the size of the bar, many traders had their stop around this level. So when prices are extending and going higher, then all these stops getting triggered and prices are leaving the trade. And prices take off here, taking much higher. So that could be a potential overshoot or even another bigger structure than that. For example, like this, then I can remove this. Maybe it's also something like this because the midline would fit here then. So yeah, really some interesting price action. We moved within this range pretty much the whole day. And now prices are breaking the range here to the top side, and really we are breaking it very strongly with some very aggressive bull action here. And yeah, not too many setups after all. You can see there was this aggressive short, there was this aggressive long here, there was a higher low. I like this setup, and also yeah, this second entry long here. If you played the correct spike in channel, of course. If you had it like with a break before, then I can understand that this trade was nothing to consider. So yeah, that's today's price action for the Friday. There are still some hours left, so if you continue trading, I wish you, of course, good trades. And if you want to learn more about how to read the chart, learn price action, and use only this EMA indicator, then check out our homepage, topictrading.com. There is a very detailed course. Check out the homepage if you want to know more about this. And yeah, I wish you, of course, a great weekend and speak to you next week.